Why do I feel so uncomfortable with healthy relationships, but so comfortable in ones that are unhealthy? The first and most important answer is I don't know. And that's so important because of all the possibilities for the human mind. There are so many potential reasons why you do what you do. It's impossible to give you a single answer and have that be the right one for everybody. What I am going to tell you is one of the most common reasons why this happens. It's also one of the reasons that is most overlooked, and that reason is adaptation. I want you to consider for just a minute how our senses work. Vision, hearing, touch, taste, and smell. Our senses are not just taking in information about the world. They are tasked with making meaning from that information. And the only way that meaning can be drawn from this information is to have some sort of baseline to compare the information to. If there's enough of a certain type of information coming in, we adapt to it, and that becomes the new expectation or baseline against which all other incoming information is compared. So where do we get this baseline? From our experiences and the meaning we've drawn from those experiences. This is a very functional system that works in a pretty healthy way unless the information coming in is very unhealthy, and that's what we adapt to and expect. So just consider something called land sickness. If you have ever been on a decent sized boat for an extended period of time, like maybe a cruise ship, you've probably experienced this yourself. A boat like that is going to have pretty constant and consistent rocking. And at first, when you're at sea, you notice this rocking the whole time, but eventually you quit noticing it. Your mind has taken that sensory information and said, okay, I guess this rocking is the new normal. So it creates a counter rocking to make that rocking feel like solid ground. When you return to port and you step onto stable ground, it feels like you're rocking. That's because your mind has adapted to the rocking, so steady, solid ground feels unstable. This is a fact about our sensory perception and something that we kind of take for granted. Steady ground can feel unstable if you've been on unstable ground long enough. So that's what I mean when I say adaptation. You might be so used to unhealthy relationships, to terrible relationship dynamics and patterns that you've come to expect them. And safe, healthy patterns, they just don't feel stable to you. The fix for land sickness is to keep walking on solid ground until it actually feels stable, because it will. In this instance, the solution is, if you know that a relationship is healthy and it's stable, stick with it for a little bit longer than you might feel comfortable doing, because maybe you just need to adjust a little bit. And make sure you remember that who you are is not your fault, but it is your responsibility, and maybe you can do something about it.